Good morning and happy Friday. I want to point out I'm here at home this Friday morning. I'm not out at my Target on Friday. Normally out at my Target on a Friday, but I'm here at home. I'm cool with that. Thank you for joining. Look, I know I'm starting a little early this morning. I have a hard stop at 8:30. I got to get on for my for work call. So I wanted to go ahead and drop this video. I got a lot of great stuff to talk about today. First of all, I'm going to go through some great information from yesterday that I found interview last night with DJ. From Panini. Another interview happened last night. There was a great breakdown from GTS on some things going on in the hobby I want to share with you. Some great videos. Let me just see. There's just so much stuff I want to cover. So I'm going to cover, let me see. First of all, like I said, I'll talk about retail. I'll share a little bit of a big deal that I did. I want to share big deals. Everybody else shares a big deal. Ziggy's going to share a big deal. Talk about Go GTS Live last night with DJ, the VP from Panini. I also will tell you guys. So last night, a lot of people were out watching Personal Finance Dad and Comeback Card Investor, which I'm a huge fan of. At that time, I was actually doing an interview that I'm dropping today with Roman from Card Snipers. So you can learn everything you need to know about bots, monitors, cook groups, and what's going on there. I mean, amazing stuff. This interview that I'm dropping probably, I think, around 1 today. I'm trying to get everything finished. I'm super excited about it. I will say, too, amazing information. Just for the information you're going to hear is amazing. Some people, here's another thing. Some people are going to love this video and some people are going to hate it, right? I'm probably going to lose subscribers today. So in fact, I'm going to start off by saying, hey, please click the subscribe button because by the end of the video, you're probably going to click the unsubscribe button. And that's my video coming later. We'll talk about that. I do want to remind you guys, the video contest, I had a video drop last night that showed the winners from the first contest. And then I announced the three contest websites or channels for the next contest, which is already up. So please go and support those channels. Really appreciate people who are doing this and share the word, right? If you've got a small channel you want me to help promote, please let me know. There's a few in my mind that I've got on the back of the list now. I'll probably drop those tomorrow or Monday. It depends on my weekend. My weekend is kind of weird with the family. Another quick thing yesterday. So funny. Obviously I'm kind of an opinionated person and I like to give my opinion. And I got in kind of a little debate yesterday with somebody in a Facebook group. And I'll be honest, I think the debate was really about them saying that Target makes pennies off the product. And I'm saying they make money off the product. And that was pretty much the debate. But one thing that hit me, two people in this stream, in this conversation called me ignorant. And I have to say, I think being called ignorant might have been worse than just calling me an asshole or something else, because ignorant is the lack of knowledge. And if anything, I want to stress, guys, I don't think I'm the smartest person in the world, but I do think I'm one of the more knowledgeable people in the hobby because I listen, I research, I go, I want to learn. And I'm going to share that with you because like last night, guys, I was up to, I think, like 2 a.m. researching just because of all the stuff that I found. So we'll get into that. Just don't, ignorant, I think was rude. I'm not ignorant. I'm an asshole, but I'm just not ignorant. Also, one quick reminder, Sunday is my 1-year anniversary. I'm trying to do a show that night. It will happen. I also got kids basketball games, so we'll have to see how everything fits in there, but you'll see a notification on that. Let me go ahead and start with a few things. Okay, let me jump into my share the screen, and I'm going to go here, share over here. I'm going to talk about this. This is GTS Live last night, and they had DJ on in the hot seat, and this was some good stuff here, some really good nuggets. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But before I do, I want to share with everybody what I refer to as a big deal. Everybody in the hobby loves to brag about how much money they made and how they flipped something, they made such money. This is what I did last night. I sold a Trey Young, a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a Michael Porter Jr., and a Jaren Jackson, all base Prism rookies, Gem Mint 10s. Okay, guys, 4 of those in a lot for $600. Comps on that are around $850. That's $250 below comps. That's how Ziggy No rolls. I'm proud of this. I am so proud of this deal. Look at this. Look at this. People highlighted, sold. This thing sold, I think, in minutes. It was, as soon as I posted it, thing sold. Guy screamed, F, great deal. Wow. That is what I love about this hobby, guys. I love when you're able to help people out. And when I mean help people out, I made money and the next person's going to make money. You don't have to be greedy in this hobby, okay? Anyway, just me sharing a deal. I'm about the hobby, not about the money. And that's one of the only deals you'll ever see me share because I just don't do that. And it's funny, I will tell you this. When I showed that deal, 2 friends of mine messaged me directly, said, man, next time you do that, just let me know. And I'll just say this. I don't like to solicit friends by like sending them messages and go, hey, man, you want to buy this? I'm selling this. I probably should more. I mean, I understand that, but I don't like soliciting friends. I'd rather just drop it into a group that I like. And I love HRRB Facebook group. It's a members only elite group. I drop it in there and I know people are going to appreciate it. And I feel like I'm giving back to the community. People recognize my name. Hey, Ziggy's a good guy. I got this thing packaged up. I'm insuring it, shipping it out this morning. So this is the way I like to roll. Okay. God, I hope I'm still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the DJ video real quickly here. Okay. You see my audience here. You guys still there? Yeah, we got them still there. Okay. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to send you down the vertigo circle. Great interview. I'll be honest. I did not know this was happening. Okay, this happened, and I was doing something else, and I came back and listened to this not live. I listened to it after the fact. I mentioned the fact that somebody got booted out of these guys for trolling and being rude. That was not me. I'm also going to mention that because here's something else I found interesting. You know, I'm Ziggy No. Well, I'm not alone, man. Apparently, there's a guy out there who's Ziggy's Sports Cards right here. I saw this morning. I'm like, who's Ziggy's Sports Cards? And there's a Zaggy Yes, right? So I guess I'm getting some friends. I don't know. Okay, in the DJ notes, and I do encourage you guys to listen to this video. The interview is about 20 minutes long, and you'll get more in this interview than I think you'll get in any other interview from DJ in a long time. Some highlights of this video. Walmart is good store by store, okay? In other words, some Walmarts, the manager will stop selling cards. That's already happened. I know about that in my area. There's one Walmart that doesn't do cards. So Walmart is still very much good to go with Target. With Panini. There's no plan there that they're going to switch to anything differently. Target is committed, though, to Panini. There's no chance that Target stops carrying. I won't say no chance. There's very little chance that Target would just stop carrying Panini's products. They will push them all online for a while. How long online? Who knows? Now, I will point out there's a great point that I thought about, and DJ mentioned last night. Okay, the reason Target had problems and Walmart has not yet is Target decided to tell everybody when they're going to be putting the cards out, which I think they meant with a good intent, right? So everybody could get one. But when they did that, it basically focused all these people to come to the same location, which created this energy, this anxiety, angst, and this challenge. Walmart is still random, right? If you notice, Walmart, sometimes they'll be stocked in the middle of the day. Sometimes they're at night, but they're random. And some of them are open 24/7, so it gives them more opportunity to stock those. So that's a very good point DJ made. I wouldn't suspect that Target will go back to retail, but they'll probably go back to not telling you when, right? It'll be more of a random time that they start dropping the retail product. Another great thing I want to share with you, DJ confirmed that blaster boxes are going up to $29.99 later this year. That process has already taken place. It just hasn't affected the supply chain. So blaster boxes will be $30 in the future. Is that enough to change this attitude? No, it's not in my opinion. Let me go back. I'd rather talk to you guys. Well, no, you can see the video. Do I want to show you the video? I don't know. Let's go. Yeah, I do want to show you the video. So stay here. No, I'm going to talk to you. I like looking at my peeps. And we'll come back here in a minute. So, okay, got some people in here, man. Morning, Texas Card Dude. Guys, I got a lot to cover in a short period of time, so I'm going to keep rapping. So anyway, DJ's confirmed $30 blaster boxes. DJ talked about the value of a box. Somebody said, well, why don't you change the value of the box? Because people are chasing it because there's silver prisms in it. He said they're not going to do that. Look, that's not the way that they're doing it. Now, there's two things here, right? He made a comment about they're doing what is in demand, and I agree with that. If you remember last year, if you've been following me, last July, there was a loss of retail in the market. And one of the product managers was on there and said, Panini's aware, we're going to start making new products. And they came out with Hoops Premium and Dynamos Clearly so they'd have extra products. Now, I'm going to say last year, they probably started thinking about things like, hey, let's increase the value of these retail products. And that is why Select is very shiny. They're doing that really, if you think about it, they're 6 months behind in responding to the consumer's requests. Is that good? I don't know. See, most of the consumers aren't educated enough to know that we don't want everything to be shiny. So we would say we want shiny. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. But my point here is that Panini is listening. Panini is trying to do stuff. They're adjusting prices. They've adjusted the product, right? He even makes a comment that the products that Panini makes have a cap on them because they have requirements for autos and relics. And those things are finite, right? There's only so many autos and relics they can get. So that's a very important thing. DJ also said extra Target stock be pushed through. Yep, he did say this. This is great. And this is why you need to listen to the video. I'm just hitting the highlights for you guys. He defended Disty. He was a very defendant of Disty. He loves his Disty. They're very important. He talked about Fanatics. He talked about Target and how it just seemed to me like there's nothing changing in the Disney model. Here's an interesting fact he mentioned. Panini has 150 products each year. 150 products. They have licenses for 2 sports. Now, they do baseball and some other things, but 150 products. Think about that. Here's another interesting stat. There's 4,000 Walmarts and 1,800 Targets. Here's another fact for the guy who told me I'm ignorant and don't know how much money Target and Walmart makes. Target and Walmart have key buyers that are that talk to Panini on a weekly basis. And let me just clarify that. Target and Walmart have a person who talks to Panini on a weekly basis. This can't be a penny's business for them if they're talking to them on a weekly basis. I don't know what they make, but there's money here, okay? There's real money here. Again, Target told you when, Walmart told you random. So that was a big difference. They're capped. He talks about the cap. He talks about bots, which I thought was very interesting because I'm going to talk to you about bots later today in my interview. He talks about how he works with them to try to find ways to make bot protection better for Target and Walmart and all this stuff. He made a comment that Fanatics has been bot rattled, that bots have destroyed Fanatics as far as taking their products and stuff. What's interesting, I have this interview later on today that I'm dropping with Roman, and he'll tell you that from his perspective, Walmart doesn't care. Either does Target. Like, they do some stuff on bot protection, but ultimately, you know, they'll still shipping this stuff out. Like, Walmart will ship you 100 boxes to one address. Come on, Walmart, you know what that who's using the address. So those were kind of the highlights, I want to say, takeaway. He didn't talk about NFTs. It was just all around the retail. But again, I thought this was great insight, right? Walmart Target relationship strong. He made a comment about temporary. I personally think, again, what you're going to see is a lot of product going online, right? Which is why I set up this meeting last night, had a conversation with Roman from Card Snipers to talk about bots. I'm not going to talk too much about this later right now, but let me just give you highlights here. We're going to talk about bots, monitors, and cook groups. Now, let me first of all I want to give credit to Bench Clear Media. Bench Clear Media was the first channel that actually interviewed Roman about 6 to 8 months ago and put him on my radar. And then I reached out to Roman because I wanted to learn stuff. And since then, I've just learned a lot from Roman. I will tell you right now, I've not to yet use a bot. I'm definitely looking into it. And I'd love your thoughts and comments. You know, a lot of people think bots are cheating. I understand. When you see this video today, I'd say I love what Roman's doing. I fully support what he's doing, which is kind of weird, right? Because is that good to support him? I don't know. I think it's cool that he's doing. Should I have said that? Hey, you know what? I do support him. I will say I support him in a sense. I think he's a young man who's put together an interesting business plan, and he's going after it, right? And there's, again, lots of people making money in this hobby. So as I'll say in the video later on, I think a repacker is probably the worst person in the hobby to me. I think a guy who flips, a guy who buys allocated product and then rapes you in the break, not as bad. I mean, just so many people out there in the hobby making money. Hey, do your hustle, right? Let me go ahead and switch over quickly to the GTS video. Now, after that, not after the interview with DJ, GTS had a really, really good kind of update in what's going on around the hobby. Damn it, come on. Share. Man, I'm talking a mile a minute right now. Okay, so let's fast forward here. They talk about this this show that's coming, right? The Golden Auction Show. That's coming with what's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name. Mr. Golden is going to do the Golden Auction Show. So let me see if I can play this.
You've been paying attention to all the cogs and behind-the-scenes workings. That is the same firm which recently poured $40 million. Plan for the answer. No matter what you do, you're never going to win. It's a knockoff. I never buy this thing. If I store, if I buy. Not much of a profit on $350,000 money. That's insulting to me. What are you looking for? You like $5 grand? Oh, I'm looking at 57, 5800. You got to be tripping. From now, where you come to sports history, keep playing around.
Okay, so that's a clip from a show called was it Bad Boys? Ball Boys, that apparently was canceled. But it was on, I don't know if it was ABC, but it was on. And if you guys are watching that, Ball Boys, it looks pretty interesting, right? It looks like a pawn shop, but they're dealing with collectibles. So the guy who made that show is coming out with this Golden Show. So that's an interesting little tidbit. I thought that was pretty cool. And I'll let you watch the video to learn more here. There's a nice little thing here about Fanatics is doing this Zoom thing where they get an athlete and they sign in front of you. So they had CC Sabathia signing things, and they had people coming in and talking to him. That's pretty cool. Fanatics is doing that online. Very clever use of Zoom. Another cool story here. This is an awesome, here's some warm, fuzzy stories. This is about Gretzky and an auto. This, long story short, woman met Gretzky a long time ago, didn't have anything for signs. He took the shoe off her kid's foot, which is a baby shoe, and he signed it. Over the years, the autograph has diminished. So she wanted to get that re-autographed. She finally got connected to Gretzky. Upper Deck helped it, got the autograph redone. That's a 1 of 1 right there. Baby shoe and an authentic certificate of authenticity. All done because a collectors group tried to help this collector get that autograph redone from Gretzky. Just really awesome story. I really like that. Another great story here about a guy. I don't want to go into the whole details, but the story here, I believe the guy had autism, but he met somebody at a baseball game, and you listen to the details. The guy said, hey, we sign your card for you. He signs his card for you. Hey, you want to get all your cards signed? Come in the locker room with me. And he takes this young kid in the locker room, and I think he gets all the autographs. I think it was the Mets, the Yankees. I forget the team. But just another warm and fuzzy freaking story. So I really love those. Here's an interesting fact, too. They talk about some of the there's a video clip in here. I'll let you watch this about the missing memorabilia, right? Like a baseball from the 1951 World Series has been missing. That has a wonderful estimated value. Again, I'm probably slaughtering this. You'll check this out. There's another interesting story in here about A.J. Dillon. Where is this? This is A.J. Dillon. I'm going to play this while I'm talking about it. So A.J. Dillon is running breaks, right? And he does a break, and he pulls a select A.J. Dillon RPA. So what he does here, now I'll point out, I saw this in clips, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, why is this guy doing this? So this is A.J. Dillon. So what he did is, hey, man, I see I pull this for you. I'm going to give you a dual auto. So he signs the patch as well. And then what he does is he ends up taking the sticker off, and then he signs on card his name as well. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, what the hell's going on? I didn't know that was A.J. Dillon. Do I think this is good or bad? I think it's interesting. I wonder if that it's got to – my question was, can you prove that was A.J. Dillon that autographed it? I mean – it doesn't have the Panini certificate on the back says that Panini witnessed it, and Panini didn't witness what just happened. I also think that sends a bad message that, I don't know. I just thought that was weird. And lastly, I just say that AJ isn't necessarily loved in the hobby community. There's some negative stuff out there and some posts about him. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, let me see. What other things there? I think those are the main highlights from the Go GTS show, so I do highly recommend taking a look at that. Let me see if I want to go here. What was the other thing I want to talk to you about? Let me go back to my – oh, am I showing you? Here we are. You guys seeing this? Damn it. Did I stop the share? I want to take a second. Sorry. Share. Woo, got a lot going on, guys. Got a lot going on. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to share with you. Okay, this is Discord. All right. This is Card Snipers 2. This is the group that I talked to Roman about. I was started in Card Snipers 1, which is their beta group. This is their production group. I'm not going to show you too much stuff here, but I will show you. Here's kind of an example of a monitor. A monitor is basically looking at the transactions when stuff gets posted, right? It is a script, a bot. It doesn't do purchasing. It's just basically looking to see, hey, Fanatics dropped this, Walmart dropped this, Tops. You can see all those sites that they're monitoring, right? To me, this is valuable just in itself. So on this Walmart one, I'll give you an example. A couple things. Look at this. I can click the ATC button, and this will take me directly to the add to my cart and put the item in my cart, and that gives me a shortcut to then checking out. Now, the item's out of stock, so it's not working here for me, but that's kind of what this monitor does, right? The monitor drops you an alert that, hey, this is yesterday at 8:55, and then there's a race to see you get there first. You'll see down here the little poo-poo icons. That means that these people did not get this product, okay? And they'll talk more about this in the interview today. That this is a monitor group. A monitor group is just going to tell you where it is, and then everybody else can go get there. You can either run your own bot, you can go on your own and get it. There's a lot of different ways to get stuff. Interesting things he points out is that he also gets information about how many products are dropped sometimes. It's not in this ones, but I'll tell you if there's thousands of boxes or hundreds of boxes. He talks about the percentage of people who get product on this. I just think it's interesting. Here, if you look at, they have a UFC one, but this is scraping all UFC stuff. So you have UFC action figures, UFC shirts. He talks about how the different monitors are set up. So I thought this stuff's interesting. I share this with you because, hey, my morning routine now is going to get up and I'm going to check the Target restocks, and I can see, hey, did Target restock anything this morning, or when did the restock drop? And then I go over here to the Target website and I click this and I refresh Target for sports card boxes, and I can see if they've dropped anything there. What I will say here is this inventory changes a lot. So it does seem like they're updating on a constant basis. It doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason on when they do it either. So, get out there, get it when you can. Oh, let me take a second. Go back to my chat. I just dropped a whole bunch of stuff. Let me see who's talking on here. Dude, that is so cool. I agree. So listen, I will tell you guys, today I'm dropping this video. Okay, it's about a 45-minute interview with Roman from Card Snipers. He tells you everything. What's my takeaway from it real quickly? Am I getting a bot? No, I'm not getting a bot right now. First of all, getting a bot is not as simply just going out and buying an app, right? When you get a bot, what you're really doing is you're buying software from somebody who's the bot manager, and they'll probably sell it to a couple people, and they control how many people they sell it to. Sometimes they oversell it, right? But that person then manages the bot software. So every day they'll tweak it, and you get the update that helps you then go hit the websites. But having some knowledge of that takes a little bit more than just, you're running a bot on your phone. So we'll say this: don't go out there and just buy a bot on your phone. What time did you get up? I got up pretty early, man. So don't just go get a bot. My takeaway from this is I think what he's doing with the monitor and the helping is valuable, right? He can give you tips on how to make your online purchases easier and giving the information on when they drop. Roman talks about the bot that he has used and some of the good and bad. He talks about his group. He talks about other groups that have big bots. He talks about a bot called KSR. No idea what it is, but apparently KSR is one of the most successful bots right now. He talks about how this stuff changes, right? KSR might be number one right now, but in 3 weeks it might suck because it might not be getting updated, or maybe the guy can't get around the scripts he's in front of, and somebody else might make a better mousetrap. It's really, really interesting. It's an effect on the hobby. I have mixed feelings about this. What I would say is, if you follow me, I try to defend everybody's perspective. I really do. The only person I cannot defend is a repacker. Yeah, and I even says I can defend one repacker. I have one friend who does repacks that I actually think is a decent person, but for the most part, I'm just not a repack fan. But I'll defend the flipper. I'll defend the allocated breaker. I'll defend the guy who subs cards. I won't defend the guy who modifies cards. But you know what I'm saying? I like the hobby. I like what's going on. So I do hope you guys will watch this video later today. I think I'll try to drop it midday. A lot of good information. Can you get in his group? Not right away. You have to apply. He's going to screen you. He caps how many people get in. There are other groups that are out there. Let me also say this. I want you to know that if I were to use a bot, my goal would be to use that product probably for the channel, probably for the people that I know, and as fair as I could on price. So I don't know if that helps at all, but I'm definitely interested in learning more. Will you be using bots? Like I said, right now, probably not. There's a lot more to just using a bot. And another thing that Roman even says, that there's probably going to be an escalation on bots, right? That there's probably an arms war. The price for a bot will be more. Here's what I would tell you guys. If anybody's out there who's smart, who's a technical, developer, coder, does Python, you have a great opportunity if you want to get into bots. I don't know Python, so it's probably something I don't want to do. But you'll hear more about this video. I'm really excited about this video. Sometimes bots make the fight fair. I agree. I mean, it's, as you said to him, like in my professional career, I actually help companies fight against bots, right? I mean, I'm a cybersecurity guy, right? The irony there. Are some bots good and some bots are bad, right? Bots are scripts, and it's really how the person's using it. Is it wrong to use it to buy on Target? He makes a comment that Target has a three item limit on the Target website. So you can only buy 3 items, and they match it to credit cards like that. So I think if I used a bot to buy 3 items, it's just me being faster than everybody else. If I used a bot to take down thousands of items and try to resell them at the most and profit, that's more shady in my opinion, right? So I think with great power comes great responsibility, right? So you look at it a lot of different ways. I just think it's something we should talk about, should be aware about. Like I said last night, it's interesting how DJ talks about how the manufacturers are aware of the bots and things that they're doing. And you'll hear converse that Roman says that Walmart doesn't give a flying F about bots, that they have the worst bot protection in the world and they don't do anything to stop it. And he gives some perfect examples of that, which I think are pretty interesting. And he talks about how Target actually does do a lot to bot defend. That Target does a lot of things to try to stop bots. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Mike. Bots are negative in the opinion in the long run. Again, the time goes on, prices escalate, collectors will lose interest. I already see this. In fact, Mike, I'll tell you, and one thing I've learned this year is I'm definitely more collector than investor. And maybe part of me is watching this with a little bit of cynicism and glee as I watch. I don't want to say this the wrong way, but the people who are just here for investing, I'm watching them going to get burned. I do. In fact, let me share with you another quick video that I thought was very interesting. And view file. No. That's not what I want to do. I want to share screen. Do this one more time. Where was this? Okay. So last night, again, busy night. I watched the Go GTS. I had an interview, and I did watch these guys later on. I watched them late after they were live. And first of all, there was a lot of great people in the chat. I miss you guys. Wish I was there. And it's really, and let me also this, I really like Brad and Dustin. Okay. These guys are friends of mine. I've been on their channel. I've spoken to both of them. I try to give them influence. You know, I try to talk, blow in their ear. I love the fact that neither one of them have created a Patreon channel. They're not trying to charge you for information. They're doing it the way they're doing it. But they're both new to the hobby, right? These guys are new to the hobby. And this is something that I thought was very interesting, right? Last night,
Raw, so I need to figure out the best way to protect it. So anyway, that was my other pickup. And that was something we talked about in Dallas that I'd be looking for. I'm not necessarily against it.
What is it? Dustin's talking to Brad about his pickup, which was, he says he got an NT RPA. And he then shows you the auto, and he clarifies, well, that's not the RPA. He has a book coming that is the RPA. My only comment is that this is an example, Maiko, of new collector versus old collector, right? Old collector knows that an NT RPA is very specific. They're numbered to 99 for a true RPA, that just because it has a patch and an auto and it's NT does not make an RPA. NT makes a lot of those that have those two items that are not RPAs. So he refers to it as an RPA. He talks about it. He talks about the fact that you got it for, I think, $315, which is great. In fact, the story is that the person had it, I think, buy it now for $650, and then they sent out an offer for $350, and Dustin said, hey, how about $315? And the guy did it. So I'm thinking to myself, $315 for an RPA, that's not a real RPA. That's probably one of those booklets with the autograph on it, which is a good price. The funny part is later on, oh, here we go.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you as well, man.
Let me fast forward this.
How's that look? Yeah, there we go.
Listen to this.
Let's talk a bit about what we're seeing in the market right now, which I think is a good time to buy. I think there's a lot of prices that are actually quite low right now. And Dustin picked up a Baker Mayfield RPA for about $300. And so he was talking about how.
Hold on, let me play that back again.
Yeah, there we go. Let's do that for a bit. All right, so we're talking a bit about what we're seeing in the market right now, which I think is a good time to buy. I think there's a lot of prices that are actually quite low right now. And Dustin picks up a Baker Mayfield RPA for about $300. And so he was talking about how he believes in Baker.
The reason I'm giggling, guys, okay, is that I know Coleman, not directly, but I know who he is. And this guy knows the sports cards, right? He buys and he's a dealer. I like him. I like him and Sasha. They understand it. In his mind, when he heard that Dustin picked up an NT RPA for $300, he's got to be thinking, holy shit, what happened to the RPA market? And that's the expression that I saw. Now, they don't go in and explain that it wasn't the true RPA. That's not that point. But my point, Maiko, is that there are a lot of people who still don't understand the inner workings of the hobby, right? And I do think they're going to get thinned out as we move forward, right? I love what Dustin and Brad are doing. But personally, guys, I think in 6 months, a year from now, there's not as many channels that are talking about profit off the hobby, right? Because Maiko and a lot of collectors, and maybe I shouldn't speak for Maiko, but a lot of collectors, we don't like that shit, right? We watch it and it's like it's nails on a chalkboard. I like the show. I like those guys. It makes me laugh. But I'm just sitting there thinking, well, that they misspoke what they were referring to. Sometimes I wish they had a more. In fact, it's funny that and I got to drop here in a minute. Brad even says that he's learned so much in this year. He has so much more experience, and I agree. That's why I'm saying that people like myself and Maiko who have these years of experience, you cannot change that, man. There's nothing more valuable than experience in this hobby, right? And the people that are new, I really worry about. In fact, I posted a video last year about this, saying that I think too many people are being told there's gold in the mountains, and they don't know the rattlesnakes and the foxes and the coyotes and everything else that are in the mountains too, right? So it's really interesting. I got to drop off. Let me see. I believe there's a difference between core hobbyists, flippers. I agree. Look, and I'll say this too. Look, we're entrepreneurs. People are finding ways to make money, whether it's NFTs or sports cards or sneakers, and that's fine. I don't think people should hate on that, right? I think, we got to be more respectful of each other. I want to see what's going to go on as bad as this big thing will be bots. Yeah, the bots will be interesting. I will say this. One thing he says, bots aren't taking everything. Bots get about 80%, which I thought was interesting. Or that makes you feel better. And if the product is going to go more on there, there's still a better chance to get stuff online. There are way too many channels that have been in the hobby for a year or two less. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, I love, there's several channels that have thousands of subscribers, but they don't know what they're talking about, or not 100% what they're talking about, right? And they're learning, and that's good. Some of them explain you they're learning. I think that's why I like Brad. It's because he tells you he's learning as well. Dustin tells you he's learning. There's a lot of these channels who they're very arrogant. They were new, and then they tell you that they know everything, and they don't, right? I don't know everything. I don't. What I do know is I know a lot of people in the hobby. I got to drop off, guys. I hate to leave. I got to get on a conference call. I'll be back today, dropping off my video. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. Don't hate me today, man. Don't hate me.